Hello everyone, and welcome to another video from Drive Steady. One of the things we like to do here is to go online and to play around with the build and price tools that a lot of manufacturers are offering. And in doing so, we stumbled upon on what a great deal, lease or finance, the Dodge Challenger Hellcat is for what you're getting. So stick around and we'll tell you why. So for 2019, Dodge decided to introduce a Hellcat Red Eye as a new model and get rid of the Demon. The Red Eye is basically a Demon, just less drag oriented. It's more following their traditional muscle car platform strategy. But the interesting thing with the regular Hellcat is that it got a 10 horsepower bump and it got a $5,645 drop in base price. So the Hellcat now starts at $60,045, not including destination and gas guzzler. But still, that's unbelievable. You get 717 horsepower for 60 grand. Find me a deal where you can get that much horsepower, that much torque, that much styling, that much cool factor for that much money. So now let's get to the build and price tool on the Dodge website, and here we are at dodge.com. So let's go to build and price up here in the right hand corner. Let's pick the Challenger 2019 here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna spec out a version that we would get here at Drive Steady, more of the driver oriented. Try and get it at the lowest point of entry as far as price goes. Don't get all the extra fancy stuff that you don't really need, you don't really want. So let's go down here to the Hellcat, and here we are. So 60,695. I think that's including destination. But you can see another interesting thing with the Hellcat is that the regular Hellcat, that is, it still comes with a manual transmission, and the Hellcat with the manual transmission ended up as our third car as the best, one of the best cars available that you can get with a manual transmission. So the SRT Hellcat with a manual is what we would get. Again, 717 horsepower, which is unbelievable for this price. So let's build this sucker here. And you only get one engine option, that's the Hellcat engine. We're gonna leave it with the 6-speed manual because we believe that some of these sports cars are just better suited with a manual. And the brake calipers, they already come with red brake calipers, so let's leave them the way they are, especially for the color scheme that we're gonna pick here in a second. Gas guzzler tax, leave it alone, you have no choice. Engine block heater, not interested. So let's go to the packages, and one thing that is our absolute favorite is the wide body package, and I think it totally transforms the car. Now, just some fair warning here, the Dodge website doesn't change. For some reason, it doesn't visually add on the package up here at the top. So what I've done is I'm kind of going to show you the 2018 model that I've done here, and this is what it looks like. The wide body package here with these extra flared fenders, which make it look amazing and mean, and these extra devil wheels, I think those look great. And I believe it also adds, here let me give you a rundown of what it adds here. Wide body suspension, the wheels like I mentioned, the 305 section tires, which are unbelievably important when you've got 717 horsepower. And for 2019 you get this double snorkel hood, and I think that looks great. Some people don't like it, but I think it looks great. And so talking about these extra options here, the Challenger already comes with the where's the interior here? So you already get this 8.4-inch screen, you have Android Auto, you have Apple CarPlay, so you've already got a whole bunch of standard technology stuff built into it. So this driver convenience, it's adding some blind spot detection, discharge lamps, not necessary for $1,000. Plus package, you just get some leather, and they add a trim a special trim here around these pieces, which I think this silver looks fine. You can probably add that in the aftermarket yourself and probably add a carbon fiber one for that fact. And Laguna leather pack is just more leather, not necessary. Technology group, what is this? This is stuff that's irrelevant. Rain sensor, I'll turn it on myself, not necessary. Forward mitigation, not needed. Here's one thing that's really interesting if you want to spec it really cool. Get the rear seat delete. It's $1. You can get this yourself afterwards in the aftermarket. Purchase it from Dodge. However, it will cost you more than $1. If you want to spec out a cool version of the Challenger, you spec it with the cloth seats and the rear seat delete. That's the way we would get it. So moving on to the color. We like two color choices here. The Destroyer Gray, like I mentioned previously in a couple of videos. This doesn't do justice to this color. I'm going to show you what it looks like here. I think this one shows it off really well. It's kind of this matte looking gray, very dull color. Here's another one that looks great. I think this looks amazing in the Challenger. It looks mean. So going back, so this is the color, as you can tell, look at the difference between the way they show it here and the way they show it in the build and price tool. It's not even close. And actually the color that we prefer over the Destroyer Gray, which is not listed here strangely, is the Sublime Green. And let me show you what that looks like. This is the Sublime Green, and I think this is a classic color for this type of car. It looks unbelievable in the sun here. Let me see if they've got any other photos here. So this one is actually, where's the one that I found the other? Oh, here it is. So look at this one in the showroom without any sunlight. Let me skip through here. Look at that. I think that looks unbelievable with that green. Oh, it just looks totally classic for a Dodge car, especially a Dodge Challenger with high horsepower. And this one specifically has a manual, so this is very close to the spec that we're configuring here. It just has back seats, as you can see here. So yeah, the Sublime Green is something that we would definitely go for. For some reason, Dodge doesn't have it listed here. They have this F8 green, which is more of a darker green color. I think it doesn't look that great, but the Sublime for sure, #1 choice for us as far as making it look cool. But for now, since that's not available, we'll just leave it with the Destroyer Gray. The wheels, you have no choice. You have to stick with these devil wheels. Tires, again, same thing. Satin black hood, and then it gives the roof also in black and the trunk painted in black. We like the color, so we like showing it off. I don't want any black contrast. The car looks great the way it is. The performance spoiler, not necessary. Again, the hood by itself, not interested. The painted roof by itself, not interested. Interior, we like the cloth. It's basically the same seat as if you were to get it in leather, just in different cloth. The structure of the seat is not any more supportive or less supportive, depending on the material you get. So it makes absolutely no difference. So again, we're conscious of price. We're at $68,191 here, and we're into no frills. So the cloth it is. And again, leather here, not interested, not interested. Again, this is the one I was talking about, nav. So they're charging you $795 for nav. Why? You've got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Those systems or those navigation applications, in my opinion, work better than any manufacturer can assemble or put together as far as software. Sunroof, we want to keep it light. You know, you'll say this is already a heavy car, but we want to keep it as light as possible, as sporty as possible. Red seat belts, I think, would look great with, if you were to get the Destroyer Gray, if you get the Sublime. But since we're doing Destroyer Gray, we'll just add this. And that's pretty much it. Let's go to the summary. So here's our car, $68,486, and that's before any type of discounts or any negotiation. So I think this is truly unbelievable, and this is adding $7,996 in options. This is the wide body, which we like, and all these other things that we like. However, if you were just to get it without the wide body, this is a $60,000, 700 plus horsepower car with classic looks, classic design, classic 6-speed shifter, big, comfortable, you can drive it every day. And when you compare it to other cars that it's competing with, like the ZL1 and the new GT500 that's about to come out, they don't even compare, because this is kind of in a class in and of itself as far as its philosophy. It's trying to be a muscle car, not a sports car, and I think it unbelievably succeeds in that category, in addition to having a great price point. So now let's take a quick look at the money aspect of the Hellcat wide body. So for a lease, I'm going to assume $69,000 of MSRP and a selling price of $65,000. And based off a little bit of research I've done as far as the money factor and the lease, the car's residual, which are the two components, the critical components needed to determine a lease price, and 10,000 miles a year, 36 months, and only $1,000 out of pocket, you're looking at a lease payment of $707, which is quite interesting because that's the horsepower number from when the Hellcat was originally released. Assuming a 9% tax rate, but not factoring in dealer fees, etc., vehicle title and registration, because they're different across all states. But your base number should be $707, maybe a little bit less if you've got percent here and there, depending on the state you live in as far as your lease payment. And moving on into the finance, so again, same thing, MSRP is $69,000, selling price of $65,000, a $4,000 discount, which I think is very reasonable for this car being this late in the model year. I think discounts can be had. So you're basically putting no money out of your pocket. You're going in and you're saying, I want to buy this car, and here's a $65,000 check. Your finance payment is going to be $1,171. Again, assuming 9% tax, but not including the dealer fees, the vehicle title, and registration. So, I mean, relative to what you're getting, yes, these are very high numbers, but you're getting 717 horsepower. You're getting, if you choose, an awesome color palette of choices. Of course, we like the Sublime Green, which is great. We love green cars, and just the green and the Dodge, the light green, Sublime Green, it has so much heritage in the Dodge family. It just works so well together. You're getting a classic 6-speed, you're getting a big honking 717 horsepower. It's just a great package for the money, and it's definitely on the buy list for a Drive Steady. And we just like to see what you think. Let us know if you agree with us, or if you have any comments, or if you've been able to maybe get a better deal as far as money goes, get a better discount. So with that, I wanted to wrap up this video. Like I said, if you have any comments, please feel free to let us know your thoughts. And till next time, drive steady.